Each of the endings for Blasphemous 2 paint a vastly different picture of the penitent one's final pilgrimage. In the previous video, I explained how the true secret ending confirmed the presence of a pantheon of deities, and also precisely who was guiding him on his journey to prevent the birth of the miracle child. However, most players likely obtain the default ending first, which definitely takes the Blasphemous universe in a completely different direction, one that actually sets the stage and allows future content to be built upon, unlike the true ending. In this video, I'll be analyzing the bad ending of Blasphemous 2. But before we witness the Miracle Reborn, it's time to give credit where it's due. Kudos to Wandering Sunset 32 for locating the Easter egg hidden in the last thumbnail. If you look closely, you'll notice that a Child of Moonlight is hidden in the bottom right side of the thumbnail. If you're new to the channel, I've started playing a game with viewers where I hide an Easter egg in the thumbnail of each of my videos. The first person to state what and where it is in the comments gets a shout out in the following video. Now, back to the matter at hand. In order to obtain the default or bad ending for Blasphemous 2, one must simply reach the apex of the Crimson Reigns, defeat Eviterno, the first of the penitents, and descend to the birthplace of the miracle. No further steps are needed. It's important to note that before the penitent one actually encounters the Incarnate Devotion, he is prompted with a message stating, "Your expiation awaits." As I explained in the last video, expiation is defined as the act of making amends or reparation for guilt or wrongdoing. Essentially, it's atonement for one's sins. This serves to remind you of the namesake of the very game itself, blasphemy, which the penitent one committed in order to destroy the sadistic high wills and free the people of Custodia from the grievous miracle eons ago. The fact that the penitent one was still unclean and remained tainted due to his blasphemous actions against the church and the miracle is incredibly intriguing. Unlike in the true ending, the purpose of this final atonement is vastly different and has an entirely new meaning. Many people ask how or why the penitent one was resurrected from his slumber, and based on the ending you bear witness to, the answer is different. In this iteration, the penitent one was awakened by the miracle itself. Immediately after traversing the repose of the Silent One, Annunciada was sent in an attempt to intercept the penitent one on his pilgrimage and redirect him for the gain of those who bathe in the ancient light of the cradle of life. They sought to snuff out the miracle child to prevent the beginning of a new age. Immediately upon his birth, the Incarnate Devotion addressed the Higher Will, which was of course a reference to the supreme beings from the previous game known as the High Wills. The High Wills sought only to exist in perpetuity and be worshipped for all eternity, and despite the fact that they were destroyed, their desires conceived their last wish. A child that could serve as a new symbol of hope, uniting all faiths in communion into one. Hence the namesake for the miracle's physical manifestation, Incarnate Devotion. He is quite literally the faith of the people in the flesh. As Incarnate Devotion attempted to understand the reason for his existence, he saw the impending battle before him as a necessary rite of passage and proof of the dignity of the glory of the High Wills who created him. After an epic battle, he realized that the bloodshed was simply part of his baptismal sacrament, which would allow the miracle to be formed whole once again and reborn as a new symbol that would usher in the next era, the second psalm. Would this new age bring about peace and prosperity to the people, or would the capricious miracle return to its twisted roots, inflicting pain and agony for the pious fools below? Only time would tell. And that's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps me know that you want more content just like this. Click on these videos here to continue your journey through the unknown, and I'll be there to guide you when you arrive. Consider becoming a member for exclusive perks like emojis, members-only videos, and more. Or consider checking out my Ko-fi or Patreon page if you want behind-the-scenes content and sneak peeks into my creative process. Until next time, it's the Inhuman One signing out. Join the Inhuman community today.